tell me how you are related to Maila.
Yeah, she's my sister. She's
She's
my
your
older
sister.
sister. Yeah.
And last Christmas, we surprised her for Secret Santa and we brought David Archuleta with us. And were
Yes.
you at the house that day?
I was
And
in the kitchen.
did you guys know we were coming?
Nope. I had no idea. That was a total surprise.
But you knew who David Archuleta was.
Yes, it took me a second. It took me a second, trying to figure out who it was,
Yeah.
and Milo actually recognized him like immediately.
Hello. How are you? Merry Christmas.
Surprise!
Surprise. We came Christmas caroling. Can we come in?
Yeah.
Okay. More people. We're looking for Maila. Maila, how are you? We got a crew. We're all gonna come in. Oh, it looks like you guys are eating breakfast. Do you know who this guy is?
Oh, David! Oh!
Good to meet you. We're come to bring some Christmas cheer to you.
And some donuts, because who doesn't love Christmas donuts?
Thank you.
So we're in the neighborhood today, Christmas caroling, and we found David Archuleta down at Perkins.
I was at Perkins.
Would you mind, for those people that aren't familiar with the story, just giving us some background on the tragedy that happened with Maila last year?
It was a Tuesday, around lunch. We just having a normal day. My sister works for me, and we got a call from her husband's work that something had happened to him. It's not an uncommon thing. Every now and then we get a call because he, trip or fall, or he pull, some muscles, straining some muscles and stuff like that. So we thought it was just one of those calls. So we really didn't think anything of it until my brother called and started crying, because my younger brother actually works with Ben, and he called and he was crying, and we knew then it was actually more serious than the normal calls. And he couldn't explain what was going on. All he could say is that he wasn't breathing, and that changed the mood of the day. I was between patients at the time, and immediately I couldn't think. And my sister said that she was going to see her husband, and I told her immediately, just go. And I shut down my clinic for the day and immediately went up to the hospital. What we were told at that time is that he was breathing a little bit after the fall, but then not too long after that, there was no sign of life. By the time we got to the hospital, they let me. I was the only one that got let into the room that he was in with the doctors, and not even a minute that I was back there, and they pronounced him. And it was pretty hard. It's just one of those days that you just never think it would happen, and when it happened, you just don't know how to act and just know what to think.
And he fell off the roof?
He fell off the roof. He's done it many times. He's a builder. He's a great builder. There's nothing abnormal. He's done it a million times. He built many houses here in Pocatello and throughout the southeastern Idaho, and it's just one of those freak accidents that nobody expected.
And Ben and Maila have 5 kids, right?
Yeah, they have 5 kids. The oldest one is turning 20 this year, and then there's a 17-year-old, there's a 15, a 13, and a 8 years old.
And of course, the accident made the news, and then did Maila move in with you and all the kids?
Yeah. So after we got the news from the doctor, I told my family to immediately take her straight to my house and start moving her stuff into my house. I just didn't want her to go back there. I just didn't know how she was going to react, when she gets back to her house, and, everything just seems abnormal at the time anyways. I just didn't want to add more stress to what, she was already dealing with. And so she moved in exactly the same night.
Wow. And there were 19 people under your roof?
We had 20.
20.
Yeah. And at any given time, we had 21.
Oh, my word.
22, some of the, the nephews that couldn't come and go. So
that's a lot of trips to Costco.
Yeah.
A lot of,
you might say that.
A lot of Sam's Club. My goodness. So that was a really special morning. We had reached out to David Archuleta and said, there's this really great family. You're in Pocatello for your show. Would you mind coming with us? And he was so polite to come. And I know that, that's a moment we won't forget. What was really cool is that Maila's son had left on his mission a few weeks prior, and David Archuleta actually caught up with him, I believe, in the MTC a few weeks later.
Yep. And we got that news from him, and it was nice. It was really nice to hear that.
That's great. And so, how's the family doing now?
Yeah, it's a day-by-day thing. You just never know what everybody's thinking. So, we just try and keep the kids busy as we can with sports, and that's helping a lot. That keeps Maila's mind, busy as well. The nights and the evenings are still pretty hard, when he's supposed to come home and he's not. So,
and she's still living with you?
Yeah, she's still with me. Yeah.
And from that same weekend, I think wasn't she given a house, or a bunch of people came together to build her a house?
Yeah, so the community is awesome. It's amazing. The Pocatello community, the Chubbuck community. I mean, all these people are amazing. They, the Builder Association actually came together, and just they're planning on building a house for my sister and her kids. They haven't started yet. They're breaking ground soon. They're anticipating to be done by the beginning of next year, maybe late spring, early summer, or something like that. But yeah, I mean, we just appreciate the fact that they, think of doing something like that.
That's incredible. That's amazing. I do have one regret about when we came to see you. David Archuleta sang you 2 songs, which were beautiful. And then I lived in Australia for 2 years, and I know that Polynesians can sing. And I wish we would have asked all of you guys to sing.
Oh.
That just would have been amazing with him. We would have had a video that would have gone viral. But
we would have ruined his song.
No, I don't know. I could hear somebody harmonizing with him at the house, and it was beautiful. Well, please send our best to Maila and the kids, and thank her for letting us surprise her. I know we spoke on the phone the other day, and she asked that you do the interview because it's still hard. And a lot of people think a few months go by and they move on and forget about this, but this was such a life-changing event for her and the family that we
Absolutely.
just wish her the best, and we're continuing to pray for her, and we hope that you all have a very great Christmas.
Thank you so much, Nate. And, I want to thank you too. Thank you and your team. We appreciate everything you guys have done. That was a total surprise to the family. And I mean, I can't say enough, good things and praises for the people that have come together, and helping out. I mean, it was unexpected, but it's totally appreciated by the family. And thank you, Nate. Thank you to your team as well. And thank David as well for being there.